Hello my friends, you love an unboxing, don't you, on my channel? Well, I've got some unboxing to do, so we'll start with this one. Is that okay? Yes, lights, action, makeup. Can I have makeup please? Thank you. Costume, yeah, wardrobe are fine. Ooh. I'm probably going to be utterly disappointed. This stuff is great, isn't it? No, I'm not that disappointed. These are for me trees. Got a few of them. Cat will love this. Lord Montgomery. He's been playing with a tubular tube. And going in one end and out the other. It's like those Christmases when you buy all that expensive Chinese rubbish, plastic, and they end up just playing with the boxes, don't they, the kids? Anyway, there we go, look. How many have we got? 6? Okay, on to the next. I have no idea, oh dear, what condition these are going to be in, because, well, we're out of season prep really, aren't we, for fruit trees? And they've taken a month. They're called Gardening Express. I shouldn't mention names, should I? I don't know. But they're called Gardening Express, and they take a month to post it. You gardeners enjoying this? I know it's all been a bit kitten-based. Which you'll forgive me for. The Landy people will be bored, witless and unsubscribing. The Landy will be back. Oh, they look healthy enough. I think there's no sort of simple way of doing this. I don't think there's a way of doing this, my friend. It's just got to be manhandled. And when it comes to manhandling things, I'm just a man. Sorry, I've disappeared. That looks pretty healthy. Now you know what the pots are for. How long they'll... Now I bought lots of plants, so I suspect only 2 have come today. That one is... Let's have a look, shall we? If I look tired, it's because I am tired, and I'm not going to give you an update. I'm going to keep you in suspenders until later on how the first night with Lord Montgomery went. What is that? That is a plum tree you're looking at there. Damson. That is a damson. Okay, that's that. Got one more by the looks of it. I think I ordered 4 or 5 in total, so they did say they may come at different times. We love an unboxing on this channel. Oh, this one looks... must say, it's very clever, isn't it, the way they pack stuff. It must, in terms of manpower and everything else, yeah, this one's not looking so great. Look at that. It's all right, but not possibly probably as good as that should be. Yeah, I'm going to have to get the knife out again. But Lord Montgomery is in his papal apartment, and while that's been going on, because it's important that his lordship gets his rest, is we've created a tunnel for him. Can you see it? I'm not sure. He goes in that end, goes through there, and hopefully will come out that end. He's had a selection of kills already, not the squirrels or the songbirds. I'm not sure what species these are. But anyway, he's having a lovely, well-deserved rest now. So the little tube that he was playing with earlier has been upgraded. Hello. I'm at the Hermitage. And I'm locked and loaded, fellows. Locked and loaded. The initiates on my channel will know exactly what that is. I'm not going to explain it to you. Comments on a postcard, please. But I am prepared. Enough of that frivolity. Let me have a drink. You drink too much, Father. I don't really, you know. It just looks like it because every time you see me, I'm drinking. Which I suppose is most of the time. Anyway, I've got the spot of that Malbec. I've just done another shop. Not bad. It's calmed down, but I bought some Bordeaux. Some claret. Not much, just one bottle. We're coming tomorrow at Tesco's. That will last me a week, you see. I'm smoking for a change. I mean, you've probably seen it before. My Peterson pipe. Lovely, solid silver collar and spigot. A nice, particularly English blend. But today I've got the Pessi Canoe Oriental in. I've crumbled it in. It's like cornflakes. I only did a bit of the video of my sorting the trees out. Well, 5 in total. I think 3 are dead on arrival. At least I'm going to claim that. I might be able to bring them back to life. But I've got a cherry, a damson, a couple of apples. Maybe I've got 2 cherries. Can't remember. But there we go. But nice, they're all potted out now in those larger pots. I've been thoroughly irrigated. So that was nice for that to arrive. And it arrived with 40 litres of compost. And so I was glad it came, even though it took a whole bloody month since ordering it to arrive, which is ridiculous. Gardening Express. Apparently they're usually very good, but I don't know what that's all about. Oh, I should have pressed my bell. Oh, what's this saying? Can't even read it. Low battery. Nothing's working, is it? That's now working. You see, I've already been speaking, so we'll be okay. Anyway, you don't want to hear about the gardening, do you? You want to hear about Lord Montgomery's first night at the Hermitage. Well, it passed off without incident. Monty went to sleep at about 9:30, 10 o'clock, possibly earlier. Never heard a squeak out of him till I got up for my morning prayers. Not a squeak. And even then he wouldn't have got up. Only I sort of looked round into the apostolic apartments and that sort of woke him up. Other than that, he'd have still been there. Marvel, can you imagine it? Testament to the previous owner, you see. Well brought up cat. I went to bed last night in fear and trembling. I had a pair of tank ear defenders on, left over from my army days. So I put those on, because I thought, well, if it's just doing a bit of moaning, I might not hear it. But of course I was nervous for the cat, being its first night away from mum and dad and 2 little sisters. So I didn't really sleep deeply at all, because I was sort of half concerned that I might have to get up and tend to Monty. As it was, I didn't need to attend to him at all. I mean, it could have been a fluke last night. I suspect it's not. What a good lad. So well behaved. Today's had a lot more energy. You'll have seen the contraptions that have been erected for him. Little tunnels and boxes. And he's had some mad half hours where they just sort of flit and do somersaults off the furniture and what have you. He's a great lad. I love him to death already. Beautiful markings. He looks like a little leopard. And did you see the paws on the thumbnail? Massive. I tell you what, it'd be interesting to see how this little chap develops, won't it? So you'll have to keep watching the channel. I've had some unsubscribers. I suppose people have thought, well, I don't watch Father John's, watch silly cat videos. Hard luck, mate. I don't get paid for this, so you can get lost. Because we like cats, don't we, my wee congregation? We like a cat. So we do. What else? Yeah, Monty's settling in very well, extraordinarily well, actually. And what is incredible is what I forgot. I've had a cat before, years ago. Was that, you know, whatever you put up with in inconvenience, of which so far there hasn't been much, but it's early days, they more than make up, don't they, in just pure entertainment value, you know. You can watch the blessed thing for hours, pottering about. He's even done, and I have to commend him for this, he's mastered the twerk. Now, I thought that twerking was only something that ladies of a certain type who frequent discotheques did. But oh no, there he was. His little bottom was going. Fantastic. It's when they're about to pounce, you see, and they sort of get lined up with their quarry, and their little bottoms start going. A little bit like some of the men I know. Oh dear. But anyway, what else? Well, you've seen my tool. You know what it's for, and if you don't know what it's for, I'm not going to tell you what it's for. The other thing you will have seen on the intro is a sight that not many people are privy to. Inside John's privy chamber, where he sleeps, my inner sanctum, where no mortal may pass. And you will have seen a reading light. I arrived today, frightfully cheap off Amazon. And it does, you know, different lights, different sort of shades of lights, and it's dimmable and all the rest of it. Now, you would have thought in a caravan they'd have invented something like that. There is a light, but you can't get to it. And it's not good for reading because it's in front of you. Now, that brings me on to the main topic of today. And that's the subject of reading. I think I've lamented on previous videos how that when I visit homes as a priest, there isn't a single book in the house. I've got thousands of them in the container. I shall have to have some sort of library here, I think. Anyway, prior to coming down here, and also on my short visits here, I used to read prodigious amounts of novels. And at the moment, I'm trying to work my way through a Charles Williams novel. It's one of the Inklings from Oxford. Now, I got through everything last year, The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, everything. I was all through Narnia, everywhere I was. I even went down on the riverbank with Ratty, went out on his little boat for a picnic with Badger. So I was a prolific reader. And what I've noticed, I've been here, what, is it 3 months now? I've noticed my reading just went down and down, well, just non-existent practically. And I thought, well, why the hell is that? Because I think I'm much calmer when I read. I'm much more serene and fulfilled. And better use of one's time. And I was able to identify at least two things in the short term that I was doing differently. Now, the first thing is watching the YouTube while I have my morning pipe. I've got to stop that. Far too early to have the television on. Many of my viewers will remember when television wasn't even broadcast during the day. Until Good Morning Britain or whatever it was called. And then they started having TV all day long. And of course, with YouTube, you can watch it all day long too if you want. Now, I sort of enjoyed that. I enjoyed having my pipe and my coffee and watching my favourite channels on the YouTube at about 11 o'clock, half 11 or wherever it was. And you think, well, what's wrong with that? Well, what's wrong with that is I used to sit on the veranda overlooking the Welsh marches, smoking my pipe, drinking my coffee, and working my way through an improving book. And I'd be there a good hour there. And that was part of my morning routine. So there's two things to notice, really, aren't there? One, it's not really good being indoors. So I've been in the caravan, smoking my pipe. And two, I've not been reading, I've been watching the YouTube. Which is not an evil thing in itself, but that could be postponed until later on in the day, perhaps. And I need to retrieve that 1 hour in the morning. And I would always have an hour usually in the afternoon too, reading and smoking a pipe. Certainly when I was in Yorkshire. You've got 2 hours right there. The third thing, which will probably already have worked out, is that I used to read in bed. And again, I could spend a good hour, unless I fell asleep or got sleepy, in bed as well. So that's 3 hours a day of solid reading. And that's what I used to do in Yorkshire. And I used to enjoy it. And I thought, well, why don't you do it anymore? And then it struck me that because of the ridiculous lighting arrangement in my bonquette. So I ordered that very cheap item, which is unbelievable, all metal, wonderful, twisty thing. And good light too. Can't wait to test it tonight. So that I can read in bed. It was just literally the total logistical nightmare of getting any kind of light onto a book. And so I got lazy. I just thought, I'll just listen to my audio book. It's not the same as reading yourself, my friends. What do you think? What do you guys do out there in TV land? What are your reading habits? I'd be fascinated to know. But those were mine. And so I'm looking forward to field testing my lamp in bed tonight. And we'll see how we get on. Last night, because I was so excited about reintroducing this wonderful regime, I looked like I'd been going, I was just, halfway through an 8-hour shift down pit. Bonny lad, I was down pit, Down pit. I was a pitman. They don't call them coal miners up there, they call them pitmen. Aye, why man? Why hard of now? Shut the pit, afore I bust ya. You won't have understood a word of that. I do. But, especially my American viewers, so I shall be going, I looked like a miner halfway down a pit during an 8-hour shift, because I had a lamp, one of my camping lamps, on my forehead. I'm so excited about reintroducing the reading regime in bed, of course. So I did it last night, but tonight I won't need that, God willing. I shall just press it. It's got a nice little cord, you just press it. Fabulous, and turn it off. So I'm going to try this, friends. The importance of reading books. That's going to be the title of this video, I think. And Monty's first night. Oh, and a garden hall. I don't think I'll get it all in on the title, will I? So, there we are. I wanted to just mention that about reading books, because they are important. And I've always read. My mother said I never had me face out of a book, which I never did. I was what they used to call a bookworm. Can't do you any harm, can it? It helps your vocabulary, I think, reading a lot. I had that garden hall, as I say. It's not really enough interest there to title the video that, is it really? It's incidental, I suppose. As much as gardeners would like to see it, I suppose. But no, the real grand news is Monty's first night, isn't it? What a good lad he's been. And he's been... I think I might have given him the wrong food. I mean, I got some tinned kitten thing, which was what apparently he was on. But this was the fish variety, and he didn't seem to be very keen on it. So some kitten milk arrived today. And last night, he was helping himself to tuna and fresh chicken. And he might be having some of that, and some other fresh fish. So he's been rather spoiled at the moment. And of course, being a bachelor, there's always food that, it's as easy to eat for two as it is for one. Didn't they used to say that in the old days? So Monty will be all right, although he has got some other tinned food now. I hope it's good quality. I think it is. I'm just concerned they may add interesting and nice minerals to the to the other tin stuff. But on the other hand, who knows with supermarkets what the hell they put in things? Might do them no good whatsoever. I might just stay with fresh food. I mean, they don't eat a lot, kittens, do they? And it won't be long before he's bringing in his own pheasant to munch on. So we'll see how that goes, my friends. So if I sound like I'm in a good mood, I am. He's great fun. I love him dearly. The previous owners do watch the videos, so if you are watching, lovely to see you. And thanks very much. He's in great hands. And he's living the dream at the moment. I'm not sure I am. Well, I am really. But I say that, we'll see how he gets on tonight. I think he'll be okay. He's a tiny little thing though, his paws are huge. And sometimes when he's following me about in the caravan, he has a habit of attacking my pyjama bottoms or whatever else I'm wearing. You can feel these claws, you know, in your thighs and in your your ankles. Well, it's rather lovely, really. He's a good lad. The only thing you've got to watch with kittens is not to stand on the things or sit on them. He's not allowed in my bed in case I roll over and squash him. And I'm now, you wouldn't think it, I'm like a ballet dancer. I'm so nimble around the caravan. My deportment is unimpeachable because I don't want to squash poor little Monty. I always have to look wherever I'm going because they sneak in behind you and beneath you, and you think they're over there. Next thing they're over. You know, you've got to be so careful with kittens. And such a tiny little thing. It won't matter probably in a few weeks' time when he's a bit bigger. I think he's going to be big, and that doesn't bother me in the least. You know, I might set him on any unwanted intruders. And I think that's about it, my friends. Not a great lot to talk about. I'm sure there were other things, but I can't remember any of them. I'm looking forward to saying Holy Mass tomorrow in my new chalice. If you heard any noise on the video, it's not that my Hermitage has been invaded. There was a sort of Tour de France going past on one of the little country lanes up the mountain. Oh, there is one thing I want to mention before I leave you. I nearly got exterminated last night. And I kid you not, this is quite serious, really. Well, it's not serious in the sense I'm still here, but a clap of thunder. Now, normally you think, oh, a lovely thunderstorm in the valley, and you can hear it rumbling, and you see the little lights and everything. And also, oh, this is dramatic, isn't it? Well, last night it was raining, and it was dark. And that's all very normal. Suddenly, and I kid you not, it was like somebody had turned on a switch for those like floodlights at Wembley at a football match. And a clap of thunder, which was so loud you left your ears ringing. And the strike was literally behind the caravan. I mean, it was like a wall of light. Went boom, and it whooshed down with such a crack. And there was no warning. You know, with warning you get a light. You get the light, and then you can count, and it goes boom, and you can see how it tells you how far away the lightning is. This thing, there was no warning, there was no rumblings. Perfect peace 1 minute, then crash, down came the lightning. And of course the first thing I thought was, have I upset God? Which is very feasible as a proposition, knowing myself as I do. But no, I wasn't smitten, but I tell you what, it shows you the power of nature. I mean, if you'd have been outdoors and that thing had hit you, you'd know about it. It might knock some sense into me. Anyway, so that was a near miss, but it just shows you, doesn't it? So I haven't investigated all the trees. But wow, how people survive that? There are people who've survived being hit by lightning. Well, that was quite something. What with hurricanes coming through here, and now lightning, it just proves what a thin veil there is between life and death. And whilst you might think everything is hunky-dory, suddenly, boom, all change. Never take life for granted, my friends. Never take life's blessings for granted. Or your loved ones, for that matter. Or your cats. And dogs. Or horses. Because you just never know, do you? Always be grateful. Always give thanks to God. And be cognizant of one's blessings. And on that lovely note, I'm going to love you and leave you, my wee parish of miscreants, misshapen, mavericks and mischievous people. And I'm going to go back, finish my wine, edit this, and think about what I'm going to have for supper. You take care. Lovely to see you all again. I've had some new subscribers, so hello to you. And anyway, I'll see you on the next video. Everything being equal, God bless.